There we go. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon or early afternoon. Welcome to Smart Solutions Introduction and Course Overview here at our August Vills Institute. So a little bit about our agenda today. We'll have brief introductions followed by an icebreaker, just something to get us kind of interacting, engaging a little bit. We'll talk about our session objectives. Then you'll be introduced to some of the technology in the course and a little quick look at the course. And then followed by you all will participate in an asynchronous independent activity, which will let you dive into kind of the course a little bit, learn a little bit about what's going on. And then we'll follow it up with some Q&A. So to start off, my name is Keith Coles. I'm a program coordinator senior here at Arizona State University. Previously a Vills lab teacher, taught middle school math for some years, also CTE and Project Lead the Way. Part of the first cohort of these labs, very excited about this program and kind of what it has. So I've come to this side to kind of help you all in incorporating this lab into your school and communities. And with me, I have.
Hey everyone, my name is Joe Ryan. I am a program manager of curriculum and instruction. My background is originally in engineering, and then for the past few years in West Phoenix, I taught STEM and ran a makerspace with 3D printing, electronics, robotics. And now I work for this awesome program, taking what I learned from my educational background and technology background to make exciting curriculum so you can put tech in the hands of your students and watch what they can create. And Keith and I are super excited to share the Smart Solutions course with you today and get you prepared to ignite the curiosity in your own students.
Thank you, Joe. So for our icebreaker, what we're going to do, just something to get a little comfortable, get to know each other. You'll be answering a few questions. You'll be indicating which of the two options you would prefer. If you prefer the option on the left of your screen, I want you to put a number 1 in the chat. And if you prefer the option on the right side of the screen, I want you to put a number 2 in the chat. And then we'll kind of go through a couple series of these, see where we're at, and go from there.
All right, 1 for left, 2 for right.
Question 1, do you prefer the pool or the beach? The pool or the beach? I prefer the beach because people don't care if you're fat at the beach. So that's just me. Pool, you're too many people there. Do you prefer the book or the film, the movie?
Depends.
Sometimes people say the book and the movie are completely different.
If we're talking about Fight Club, the film for sure.
I think we had a mix on that one. Question 3, nights in or nights out? I don't know, something about that night in with that popcorn and that hot chocolate just seems so inviting to me.
I'm surprised. There are a lot of teachers in here. I thought I'd see a lot more 2s than I do. Guess the kids are wearing us out.
1 and 2. All right. Do you prefer summer or winter? That's a hard one because I just get miserable when it's hot, but I also get like irritable when it's cold. So like, I don't know.
You got to try that Phoenix winter, Keith.
I mean, when it stays 90 year round, yeah, I'll take that all day.
Oh, I see. Will Page does 1 hat, so the shoulder season's nice.
Do you prefer fruit or vegetables? That's a trick question right there. Oh, a lot of 1s in there. Okay.
Mike throwing out tomatoes.
Prefer the fruit side myself. Next question. Do we prefer business dress or casual dress? Even though they're business skateboard casual on the left, but definitely casual. Shorts and sneakers all day long.
That's
Next
our dress
question.
code at ASU is skateboard formal.
Oh, I'm with that. With a beanie on my head, I'll be all right. Sweet or savory? Do you prefer sweet or savory? I prefer Thanksgiving all the time, so savory would have to definitely get it. And do you prefer cardio or weightlifting? I feel like that's me at cardio. Like I just be all on that treadmill running nowhere fast. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you much.
Snacking, excellent.
If I can weight lift a candy bar, it'd be all right. All right. Thank you for participating on that. Get a little comfortable with everything. Our session objective. So after this session, you'll be able to gain a little insight into Smart Solutions course, learn about the technology that is in Smart Solutions, understand the basic structure of the course, complete a asynchronous breakout activity, and then you'll be able to share your thoughts, give some feedback, ask a little questions, and everything by the end of this session.
Awesome. Thank you for that great warm up, Keith. Very fun. You can steal that and use that with your students this year too. Great. So before we get into our activity, let's chat for a second about what is the Smart Solutions course. So our labs program has 4 different courses. This session and today is focused on just one of those courses. It's called Smart Solutions. It's a 1 semester long course. So if you were to teach it every day, it would last a semester. It's project-based learning. So throughout the course, students will complete various design thinking projects, and it's focused on electronics and programming. The beauty of this course is it can be self-guided or live taught. We've provided you with all the materials to have your students go through at their own pace, or if you want to present it, we've provided you with presentations and worksheets so you can live present it in your classroom or over Zoom as well. If you don't know anything about coding or electronics, that's perfectly fine. Today we'll set you up with the knowledge you need to learn alongside your students. We don't expect anyone to be an expert, and it's a really humbling and fun experience to learn something new with your students. And here are a couple of pictures from the Smart Solutions course of the types of projects your students can work on. They'll learn the basics of circuitry. They can build wind turbines. They'll use the microbit to build wearables that can mount to helmets or their wrists. And they'll also learn the basics of prototyping using household items, as well as more advanced electronics and circuitry to prototype whatever ideas they can come up with. How is this course structured? Smart Solutions is structured into 4 different units. So if you look at this graphic here, we have the yellow unit, the green unit, the blue unit, and the black unit. Each unit has a different number of lessons. So unit 0 is really just the introductory unit. It will familiarize your students with the design thinking process and prototyping. They'll create their own comic book where they themselves will become a comic book hero with their own electronic gadgets. Unit 1 is the first tech unit. They'll learn about design thinking, basic circuits using their snap circuits kits, and then they'll complete their first project. In unit 2, they'll learn about entrepreneurship, coding with the microbit, and then they'll do another project that involves using the microbit to create a wearable. And then finally, unit 3, they'll learn about pitching and presenting and complete an advanced project using the microbit and the expansion kit that allows them to build complex circuits. So you can see there are 3 different projects as the course progresses. Each project gets more and more rigorous as the course goes. But that is enough of us talking. We are now going to complete a breakout activity. This is going to be a little different than institutes of past or an institute that you might be used to. How this is going to work is in just a moment, we will provide you with a link to a self-paced module. Then we're going to send you into breakout rooms. You can either turn off your screen, turn off your mic, and just work by yourself at your own pace through this self-paced activity. I know some of you are in school right now. Some of you might be really busy. So if you want to work at this at your own pace by yourself, go ahead and do that. We encourage you to do that. But if you want to collaborate, maybe you're on the East Coast and you want to work with someone on the West Coast, you can unmute yourself, turn on your camera, and work through this activity with someone else in your breakout room. So the choice is yours if you want to work alone or in a group. In the module, you'll read the text, watch the videos, and complete the activity at the end. The activity was created in Quizzes. It's an online quiz game where you will answer questions and share your feedback. If you're stuck or frustrated or finish early, Keith and I will be in the main room to answer any questions you have. Let me show you what this self-paced module looks like, and then we will send you off into your breakout rooms. The first thing I want to show you, if for some reason you lose the link to this self-paced module, you can always find it on Eventry. So here's our Eventry session here. And I clicked on more, and you see the presentation links, and then it says link to Rise. That's what we're going to be using. And here is the Rise module. Let me paste this link in the chat, and then I will show you how it works. So there's the link to the self-paced module. I recommend everyone open that right now before we send you off into your breakout rooms. And it works really easily. The instructions will guide you through the experience. You'll see objectives. You have to click this continue button to keep going. Make sure you read, check out the pictures. There's the course overview with a little more detail for you to study. You can learn about the standards and the pacing. You can see the materials we provide for each course. You might encounter some tabs that look like this, where you can click through different bits of information. So make sure you check all of that out. At the end, as I mentioned, there's a quizzes challenge. So if you click on this hyperlink, you'll be taken to a little sign-in page here where you can enter your name and complete the quiz. And if you finish all of that early in the 40 minutes, you can check out the entire scope and sequence for the course. All 36 lessons are in here with the objectives and materials needed. And finally, if you want to be entered into a contest to win technology prizes, we would love it if you could complete this survey, letting us know how this session went for you and what we can improve. So that is our asynchronous activity instructions. Again, the link is in the chat, and if you don't have that link, you can always get it from Eventry. At this point, Sandra is going to send you into your breakout rooms where you can either work by yourself or collaborate with your group to complete this activity, and we will bring everyone back in 40 minutes from now. So go ahead and join your groups. Welcome back to the main room. Hopefully you had ample time to go through that overview, see a little bit more how this course is structured, the technology you will use. I went through your quizzes responses, and I'm going to answer some of the most frequently asked questions. One question was around resources. Where is this curriculum? Well, the curriculum is all on Canvas, which looks like this. Once you complete the onboarding course for our program, you'll be given access to Canvas. Here are all our units for Smart Solutions. So for instance, let's say you were teaching Unit 1, you could click on it, and then you have all the resources you need for every lesson. So you have the lesson plan, presentations, worksheets, And there's also self-paced modules, just like what you completed. There's content like that for students to go through at their own pace as well. So again, you will have access to all the resources you need for this course through Canvas. I also received questions about the microbit kits and the expansion kits. Do not fear the technology. You have 3 more sessions today. Each one will deep dive into each of these technologies. So your next session will be specifically about snap circuits. The one after that will be about microbit. And the one after that will be about the expansion kit. So we'll cover all the nitty-gritty tech details there. With that, we have 3 minutes remaining. If you have any additional questions, please share them in the chat. Or otherwise.
Or you could raise your hand and we can call on you as well.
Very true.
Miss Simone?
When, how do we get access to the onboarding piece? I'm brand new to the school and the district.
You'll get access to the onboarding course. So whichever email you used to sign up for the Verizon Innovative Learning Grant, that's the email the onboarding course instructions will be sent to. And if you haven't received those, shoot us an email and we'll make sure that you get those.
Miss Aileen asked in chat, if Smart Solutions is semester long, how can we pace the whole VIL's curriculum?
Yeah, that's a great question, Eileen. It's up to you how you want to pace it. We're not asking, so the goal is for you to take this curriculum and run with it and use it in your school however you want. What we would recommend is just try teaching 1 course per semester to get your feet wet and understand the technology. So maybe you teach Smart Solutions this semester, maybe next semester you teach immersive media. We have had teachers that have tried to teach multiple courses at the same time with success. It would be difficult to get like 1 student through all 4 courses in 1 year. So I would say take a course or 2 to start with.
And that's not the expectation. So we wanted to fit into your school, how you guys want to roll it out, things like that. The course is designed for 50-minute courses, but everyone's schedule is different, right? So you might meet with students every other day, twice a week. You might, so there's the possibility, just because of however you might meet, that it could take longer than a semester. It could take shorter. There's no rush or pacing to where it's like, hey, you have to be finished with this at this time. We really want you to go through it at a good pace. So you are familiar with it, so you understand the technology. So when it comes back to delivering it again, that you feel a lot more comfortable in doing it. Especially when you try to then, offer 2 classes, maybe 1 to 1 grade, 1 to another, or however, that you are well-versed in the curriculum that you started with. And now you're able to do that one with your eyes closed and then go to the next one. You know what I mean? So there's no right or wrong way. We just want it to be the way that fits you. Any other questions?
I have a question
All
about
right, Lois.
infusing the curriculum. Here in Miami, there's a lot of weight placed on VEX robotics. And so what I was going to try to do is we have block scheduling. So I was going to do a rollout, whereas every Friday we would focus on VEX robotics, and Monday and Wednesday we would focus on the ASU curriculum. Would that be acceptable? Is that something that we can still do because we're able to infuse other curricula into the ASU?
For sure. Lois, if that's what fits for your school and how you guys want to roll that out, most definitely. They marry well together, so you should have no problem.
And I would even recommend, Lois, that you fuse the AI and robotics course with your VEX robotics course, and there will be so many overlapping skills.
The pacing guide, AI is not number 1. And we have a competition schedule that I need to start as when we get the lab that we need to start on that. So hopefully they'll overlap at some point.
Very cool.
Gotcha. Awesome. Any other questions for the good of the group? So I will say to what Tasha is talking about as well. You know, I was part of the first cohort when I did this. I was able to kind of fuse the curriculum together with things that I was already teaching, and it was a year-long course just because of how we met and how we paced through, and the ability to be able to kind of pick and choose and supplement and add things to it that you feel are relevant, to where it wound up being a year-long course for students. So it's definitely an option for there as well.
Yep. Yeah. It's as free as you want it to be. If you're just needing to lean into the curriculum 100% and teach our lessons completely as is, that's what it's there for. But yeah, if you're wanting to take this and run with it and use the technology in a completely different way, the curriculum is more of a resource for you to lean into. And with that, I believe that concludes our intro to Smart Solutions session. Thank you all so much for participating, completing the quizzes. If you do get a minute, please complete that feedback form at the end of the module to help us improve our trainings.